What's up, my little Tattle Tells? Yo, shut up. Sit down, baby. Blac Chyna is not playing with those Kardashians. The trial is starting next week, and her lawyer, powerhouse attorney Blac Chyna, woo! She got a game plan of all game plans, and it requires a few things. Chyna in a city girl blonde bob wig, ready for court, a sharp white suit, some Kleenexes, and some tears dangling delicately from her eyebrows from her eyelashes as she looks at the jury with soulful eyes, saying, "They hurt me. Kris was like a second mommy, and Kim was my BFF." Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all, let's get into the latest thing. Say what you want. Chyna got the Kardashians on the rope, and let me break down how her legal strategy is actually going to work. Y'all ready for this? Let go. But before we do, go on and hit that like and subscribe button. Baby, it's YouTube. You know how it works. Plus, I'm going to be covering this trial. That's if the Kardashians don't settle. Because, baby, once you hear this evidence, it might not be a bad idea. Because we all know Robert Kardashian needs his little Debbie fund. We all know. And codeine ain't cheap. Shout out to the newest member of the Codeine Boys, according to Rob's Instagram. All right, y'all, let's get into this. Okay, so the story starts off. Blac Chyna's ready to take on Krisjenner, the one woman she once considered a second mother, and her former bestie, Kim Kardashian, and prove they abused their power to get her #1 hit show canceled. Listen, I ain't mad at it. I don't want to see her stepping into court being a strong woman. I want to see fragility. I want to see tears. I want to see a blonde city girl's bob. I want to see her lower lip quivering with a beautiful tear hanging from an eyelash, right? Being like, "Can you please?" With Blac Chyna looking like a legal eagle, talking about, Renee, if you could just calm yourself, can you point to the woman that abused your friendship? And I want to see that lip quivering and that little tear, and I want her to be like, "She's right there. Kim, she's right there. You better get your dollars and secure that bag by any means necessary." Whoa, let's get into this report. I can't wait to cover this. It's going to be springtime or Christmas. Let's get into it. It said the 33-year-old businesswoman is set to face off with her ex, Rob Kardashian's family members, Kris, Kim, Khloe, and Kylie. Now, you know what the funny thing is? As I reported yesterday, Chyna's suing them for $300 million in damages, but most of that is $200 million coming from Kim. Me thinks Kim's the one, because you know Kim got that cruel streak. We saw allegedly, well, not even allegedly, we saw what she did to Jordan Woods when Tristan pushed up on her, and the way they were delighting that girl being bullied. That's right, Chyna, get it for Jordan too. That's right, do it for the ancestors. But honestly, it makes me think that these 2 emails and 2 messages that Chyna says is like her ace in the hole, it makes me think Kim's the one that wrote it. It's just me, because she's only suing Khloe for $5 million. But I remember when Chyna also said that Khloe was like, "I want to see your OnlyFans record." And Chyna was like, "Fine, but Your Honor, she's sexually harassed. She's sexually obsessed with me." Blac Chyna and Chyna, listen, Blac Chyna's a wild girl, and I love it. If you don't know who Blac Chyna is, that's Chyna's lawyer. Anyway, Chyna accuses Kris and her daughters of spreading lies that she abused Rob. In court, she says they worked together to convince network execs to cancel her reality show, Rob and Chyna. They did, because it got greenlit for a 2nd season. This is what I remember. Who knows what Lynn dug up, right? I remember it was renewed for a 2nd season. It was the #1 hit show on E! Keeping with the Kardashians, you know, nobody was really watching it. But I also remember that there was a very special episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where literally all the Kardashians, minus Rob, because he was busy trying to like put socks on and rummage through his room for more little Debbie snack pies. They literally all sat together and had a family meeting about, what do you think we should do? Should we let her have a 2nd season? Should we let the show go on? And they were all sitting around like they had the power. They literally had Kanye West. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, 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 oh. I'm in the 20, but literally, they had Kanye West's power playing in the background, and literally were sitting on TV gloating, acting like they ran stuff, and literally about whether they should let Chyna's show exist or not. Now, I know they did that because they thought they were talking to Blac Chyna from Baltimore, Rack City. We can do what we want for her, baby. You forgot she's a Torian queen. She ain't come up out of mud for nothing. Chyna been a hustler, and by hustler, that's all respect to her. Chyna's seen worse demons than y'all. Please, this is child's play. Anyway, I remember they even had that on the episode, so I know Chyna and Lynn got an avalanche of evidence. Here's the thing, right? The executives ended up canceling the show, which Chyna claims cost her nearly $1 million in pay. Now that's actual damages. If they canceled the show because of interference, and this is important to remember, if they canceled the show because of interference, Chyna is 100% entitled to the revenue she lost from the show cancellation. However, here's where that $300 million come in and why she got a good case. I think they're going to end up settling, because if they prove that, yeah, you did get the show canceled, and had you not interfered, she would have gotten paid that $1 million, right? Now there's punitive damages. Punitive damages aren't just what your actual costs are. Punitive damages is what it would take a punishment to defer people like you in your same situation from doing illegal stuff. Punitive damages to someone that works at McDonald's and someone that's worth $1.8 billion like Kim's been bragging about are two different things. Because like Jigga said, I got a few dollars, I can eat that. I got a few dollars, I can eat that case. Or did he say I can beat that case? It don't matter. The whole point is, that's why China's looking at a couple of $100 million. Because it needs to be enough to send them to hurt the person that did it to you, right? It's not enough to be like, oh, that's only worth $50,000. Nah, baby, that's not the way the legal system works. And that's why the Kardashians are so scared. It needs to be enough to really hurt you and teach you a lesson, and also serve as a cautionary tale for any other person with as much wealth as you that wanted to try that low down underhanded stuff. Yo, Chyna's looking at a payday, and I'm not mad. And that's, I can't wait to see her in that city girl blonde bob walking in. She's come a long time since Lisa Bloom. But let's get back into this report. Chyna believes the Kardashian-Jenner family's lies cost her over $100 million in wages. Now listen, if you're saying it like I said it, $100 million, girl, you tried it, but keep on trying, because that's the name of the game. You don't go into court being modest. You don't go into court that's like walking into a job and being like, I think I'm only worth, I don't know, $50 an hour. You walk in and you're like, yeah, baby, the price is $5,000. What do you want? What do you want? Okay, fine. Maybe I'll do it for $500 an hour. Literally. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta walk in acting like you lost the whole world, because if you're modest, the jury will give you even less. Lynn knows what she's doing. The report goes on to say, Blac Chyna, Chyna's powerhouse attorney, tells Radar that her client is, after 4.5 years, Chyna is very thankful to be 1 week away from proving to a Los Angeles jury that all 4 defendants, Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, you better name check them, Khloe Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, abused their power. And I do say, if you look at precedents from law cases, the jury usually throws the book at people that abuse their power. This is one reason why Kim and them are like, oh, can you not let them mention to the jury that we're billionaires? Why, baby? Because when it's time to assess damages, we actually need to know. Also, y'all were literally digging through Chyna's trash, wanting to know what color underwear she had on last Tuesday in 2018 and OnlyFans records, and now you want your finances? No, baby, that's not the way it works. Especially when the central claim to the case is that you use your money, power, and influence to get this off the ground. You literally need to establish that. Anyway, Chyna lawyer also adds, although Kris Jenner was the ringleader, her 3 daughters all played a role in getting Chyna's show canceled to their immense financial benefit. And they knew they did not have the legal right to cancel Chyna's show. Sounds like Lynn saw the same episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians I did. I figure like Lynn and Chyna probably had viewing problems. They ordered like Asian, they had some Mexican, they ordered some like margaritas to go, and they were just sitting there. And then that scene came up, and Lynn had like chow mein in her mouth and was like, pause that. Yes. And they started getting up like Rack City, this. Again, that's why Chyna literally was like lol and side-eyed at Rob when Rob was like, I play child support too. I don't play child support because I watch my child. Chyna, being a pure tourist queen, was probably looking like, I'm going to take your house by the end of it. I'm literally going to, when I get my earnings, I'm going to buy that house you live in, not tell you, evict you, lock the doors, and then burn all your stuff, along with those Arthur George socks right on the thing. I know Chyna got some plans when she get that money. Some plans. But do you know why I think I smell a settlement? Because she also gives a few tips as to what she actually thinks they did. Chyna tells us the ruse was so elaborate and conniving that they even instructed the Boone and Murray film crew not to have Chyna in any shots. They did? What else did they do, Lynn? Why Lynn's saying this, I want Chyna to be in tears with that city girl blonde bob. Just, I'm so hurt. You better play it up to the hilt, Angela, right? And then Lynn goes on to say, while they told Chyna she was still filming for season 2 of Blac Chyna and for keeping up with the Kardashians. Chyna went from being a star on E's #1 hit show at 92,500 per episode, I know that's right, to being off the airwaves entirely. Oh, Chyna's lawyer's in her bag right about now. She said, Chyna claims the Kardashian-Jenner family's conduct was emotionally devastating to her. Chyna says Kris Jenner was like a second mother to Chyna, and Kim had been her BFF for years. And here's the thing, this is actually the sad part, all jokes aside. Chyna and Kim were really tight. And Kim literally, in my opinion, distracted Chyna while her sister, Kylie, at 14 years old, was doing the horizontal La Bamba with Chyna's first child's father, Tyga. Again, I can't even say I really blame her. What's her name? It's not Kendall. Kylie, because Kylie was a little baby. I blame her grown-up sisters that knew that her 14-year-old ass was babysitting and creeping with Chyna's man, her fiance. I remember that time, and that must have been so hurtful to Chyna, because in that time, Kylie started dressing like her, looking like her, getting her body surgically altered to be her. That had to hurt. And Tauruses, you know, they hold that hurt close in their hearts. Chyna, you better get that money. You deserve everything and more, girl. What else Lynn got to say? Lynn said the extreme betrayal and humiliation felt by Chyna after discovering the truth about what the defendants did to her lingers to this day. Somebody's getting some money, right? As Radar first reported, Chyna is set to take the stand to testify against her ex and his famous family. She's also planning to grill Ryan Seacrest, who was the EP of her show, about what led to the cancellation. I want to see if Ryan Seacrest is going to perjure himself, because something tells me they got some receipts that Ryan knew what he was doing was wrong. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you rooting for Chyna? I am. She's going to come out. I can see it now. Y'all, let's hope Chyna start. I don't know. I'm waiting, but this is going to be good, y'all. Make sure you turn on the subscription and notification bell, because I got a few more stories coming out, and I'm going to be covering this in court. But something tells me the Kardashians are going to settle. Woo-hoo. Can't wait.